Top 5 Lattafa perfumes for men and women. These are the absolute best of the best Lattafa fragrances that I have tried recently. Last year, I have made a similar video about my top 5 Lattafa fragrances, and one of you commented if I can do an updated top 5. So here it is. In my opinion, this is current Lattafa's best, and I'm rating all of these fragrances a 10 out of 10. On the fifth spot is a very feminine leaning fragrance that is quite gourmand as well. And this is Yara Elixir. Now, listen, I didn't care about the OG Yara. I know that was super hype years ago. I never really liked it. And I know that perfume was hyped. That's why it really took off. But to me, it was such a meh, whereas Yara Elixir is the one that deserves the hype. I remember the time that people are describing Yara OG as a strawberry milkshake scent, and to me, it was just like powdered sugar. Now, Yara Elixir, though, is that strawberry milkshake scent that a lot of the girlies out there would love to smell like. I have tried this fragrance for the first time at Beauty World Dubai last year, and I loved it at first sniff. Basically, this is the best strawberry marshmallow scent that I have ever tried. I know there's a lot of strawberry marshmallow scent out there. I'm referring to Kayali Buji Marshmallow DNA, but in my opinion, Yara Elixir nailed it when it comes to that sweet and fluffy strawberry marshmallow DNA. This is a very straightforward scent. I will say strawberry, black currant, caramel, amber, and vanilla are the main notes that I'm getting out of Yara Elixir, and it is absolutely delicious. Now, I love that Kayali Yambuji marshmallow DNA, and trust me, I have tried maybe at least 10 dupes of that perfume, and in my opinion, Yara Elixir is the best out of all of them, even like the best version of Yam Buji marshmallow. And why is that? It's because Yara Elixir has a very well balanced fluffiness and sweetness. I would say the difference of Yara Elixir from the rest of the Yambuji Marshmallow DNA is that this has sweetness coming from the caramel. It is perfectly balanced with that strawberry s'mores and black currant, making this fragrance absolutely addictive. I mentioned it is a sweet scent, however, in my opinion, not cloying at all. It has that fluffy and kind of like powdery texture in the final dry down that I am loving so much. Plus, I also love the sweetness coming from the caramel. So basically, it's not sugary and it's not too plasticky, sweet strawberry. I always get that plastic dull strawberry scent in a lot of strawberry fragrances, especially when they are done in a gourmand and sweet direction. And I didn't get that from Yara Elixir. This is definitely a gorgeous fragrance, and I highly recommend it if you are also into fluffy, sweet, addictive scents. Performance is outstanding on me. It lasts the entire wear time. So yeah, Yara Elixir on the fifth spot, and I find this fragrance to be feminine leaning. All right, on the fourth spot is another gourmand. So this is for all the sweet gourmand lovers out there, and this is Artisan Ethnique. If you watch my channel, I have featured Artisan Ethnique several times already because this is truly an addictive scent. Now, I'm not really a gourmand girly. I mean, I'm not really that into very realistic gourmands. And Artisan Ethnique is not a realistic gourmand to me, even though it kind of smells like a cinnamon bun. But make it like a sexier, a little bit spicier, addictive cinnamon bun scent. I find Artisan Ethnique to be sexy and alluring. It is a kind of gourmand that is quite hypnotizing. And what I love about this fragrance is that it is a unisex scent. I find it sexy when I wear it, and I find it sexy as well when a man wears it. So yeah, I think that's the beauty of it, because most of the amazing gourmands that I have tried lean more feminine. It's really like an addictive gourmand scent. Imagine a cinnamon bun, heavily saturated with rum, topped off with drizzle of caramel and cacao powder. At the same time, you're also smelling like an espresso on the side. A very beautiful unisex gourmand scent that I'm rating at 10 out of 10. Now, when it comes to performance, Artisan Ethnic is a beast mode. This is something that will really be smelled, especially if you overspray. And also, I want to mention that it has a very thick, sweet texture coming from the caramel. So it's not the same caramel in Yara Elixir, because I find the caramel here like really like thick. In my opinion, this is more of like a cold weather scent, and it's just absolutely gorgeous, sexy, and alluring. A 10 out of 10 unisex gourmand. And just in case you don't know yet, this is a spot on dupe of Sugar Addict by Born to Stand Out. And in my opinion, it is that good, to the point that you really don't need the OG if you own Artisan Ethnic. All right, on the third spot is, I will say, the freshest out of all the fragrances that I have in today's lineup. Now, I have discovered this fragrance, I think, early this year. And even though I didn't appreciate it that much in the beginning of the year, I was just surprised how much I love it now. And this is Dynasty. So if you watch my channel, you know that I have talked about Dynasty a lot of times as well. It is basically a spicy tea scent that is very relaxing and at the same time refreshing. To me, this smells like a ginger tea. If you love tea notes in fragrances, you will definitely love Dynasty. In my opinion, it is very likable. It smells more expensive than what it is. Like, it can literally pass as one of those Louis Vuitton freshy fragrances. And yeah, this is just so beautiful. Now, I just want to quickly mention that people are describing it as like, oh, it smells like a rooibos tea. In my opinion, it's not literally a rooibos tea, because our rooibos tea is very earthy and a little bit nutty as well. To me, it smells more of like a ginger tea with a garnish of sage. It is zingy, it is aromatic, very soothing. Texture wise, I find this fragrance to be dry, and I think the suede note contributed to that dry texture of it, and I just absolutely love it. This is a kind of freshie that you can share in the household. Men, women, no age limit can enjoy Dynasty. So this is definitely worth it. Plus, it smells very niche to me. There's something about it that smells classy and effortlessly clean. This is one of the best freshies in the Middle Eastern market right now. So I highly recommend you checking it out. Performance wise, I will say is moderate. Lasts on me around 4, maximum 7 hours, and moderate projection as well. Once again, Dynasty, and I highly recommend it if the sound of a dry, spicy tea scent sounds appealing to you. If you love ginger and tea in fragrance, this is a no-brainer. All right, top 2. I guess you know what it is, because I have featured this fragrance as well several times in my channel, Cambra Dukan. And yes, this is top 2 because the number 1 is a big surprise. Anyway, guys, Cambra Dukan is the perfected Cambra DNA. Yeah, that is the description. Basically, this is the luxurious smelling version of Cambra. Basically, it still has that boozy, sweet Camera DNA, but with added incense and spices. It also has that citrus touch coming from the orange or mandarin that I get the entire wear time. This is absolutely beautiful, gorgeous scent. I told you guys that this was like my best Middle Eastern perfume discovery of 2025. It is really that gorgeous. Definitely more of a cold weather scent, and I just love it. It has sweetness coming from the praline, touch of smoky nuance coming from the tobacco. There's something boozy about it as well. And my favorite part is how the incense and the spices controlled the sweetness of this fragrance. I also love the fact that it is not duping anything aside from it, of course, being very similar to the OG camera because, of course, it is a flanker. But yeah, other than that, very original concept, smells luxurious, performance is 10 out of 10. This is a beast mode fragrance. It even leaves like a lasting scent trail. Also, this is another unisex scent that both men and women can enjoy, in my opinion. Camera Dukhan, once again, on the second spot. All right, and my current number one Lattafa perfume is actually my scent of the day. I recently discovered this perfume. I haven't talked about this fragrance yet in my channel. However, it's been released for a while now and it's just released this year. And this is Angham's second song. Wow. Guys, the moment I sprayed this on, my eyes rolled at the back of my head because it is that beautiful. Let me top up. Basically, this is a fruity floral scent that just makes me feel joyful. The main note that I'm getting from here is peony, along with that sweet musk vanilla and tonka in the base. It is so beautiful, and honestly, I didn't expect much, even though I know that a lot of people are talking about it. I didn't really listen to a lot of reviews. I think when it was released, I was on holidays in Philippines, so I didn't really have time to watch people talking about it. This is such a gorgeous 10 out of 10 feminine scent. To me, this is all about peony, praline, sweet musk, and vanilla. It is absolutely gorgeous. I can bait with this fragrance. And yeah, I'm wondering how come I discovered it just now. Performance wise is 10 out of 10. I remember I wore this fragrance, I think last weekend. My husband was testing a perfume for men, and even though his perfume was so good, all I could smell was Angham's second song because it has a very strong projection, but not cloying, guys. I think if you love peony and pralines, you will love Angham second song. Actually, it's more of like fruity floral scent, but I can't really pinpoint what kind of fruit I am getting out of here because it's definitely not berry. Okay, there you go. It says pear blossom. I will say yes, maybe pear in the opening. However, there's something juicy, fruity in here as well that I cannot figure out. I don't know. I think there's black currant in here. It is such a good vibe, uplifting scent. I highly recommend you checking out Angham second song, especially if you love peony in fragrances. Actually, I love this fragrance so much to the point that I'll be doing a best of peony fragrances right after this video. Anyway, guys, yeah, Angham second song is my current number one Lattafa, and I highly recommend it if you are looking for a light, airy, yet long-lasting, sweet, peony, musky scent. And also, I just want to mention that people are saying that this is duping Dolce & Gabbana Devotion Eau de Parfum. I haven't tried that fragrance yet. And to be honest, at this point, I don't care because honestly, I'm very happy with Angham's second song. If you've tried Dolce & Gabbana Devotion Eau de Parfum, let me know if they're really similar. Also, in my opinion as well, this has nothing to do with the OG Lattafa Angham, even though I love that fragrance as well. And actually, Lattafa Angham can be like in the top 10 Lattafa because it is also a beautiful scent. Yeah, it's just that Angham's second song is my new favorite. Such a gorgeous scent. So that is my top 5 Lattafa fragrances. Let me know if you have tried any of these perfumes, and if you have a perfume that you think should be in today's list, let me know in the comments down below. If you haven't watched my other top 5 Lattafa perfumes, I'm gonna link it up in here. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, guys, and see you on my next one. Bye!